So here we go folks, here's your lovely new caravan. My name's Owen, I'll be your demonstrator for the day. I know you've already said you're brand new to caravanning, so the first thing I'll talk about is cycling and levelling your caravan. So obviously once you get it onto the pitch, imagine you're still on your car now. First thing you always need to look at is the left and right level of your caravan. Now I know where on your motorhome you would have used some ramps or something to level it. On the caravan it's wood underneath the wheels is how you'll level it. So carry a couple of planks of wood in the front, pop it up on your pitch, spirit level just on the inside of the door, and as I say, left to right first. And then all you want to do is pull the caravan back off, obviously put the wood down, and then reverse the caravan up onto the wood. Okay? So once you've got left to right level, obviously you can take it off the car and then front to back's all done off the jockey wheel. Now you may think, why is levelling your caravan so important? For one, it's comfort for yourselves, because believe me, if you spend a week leaning like that, it will affect you. And the other thing is things like cooking. Obviously all your eggs will be sat on one side of the pan, and it's also things like the fridge and the drainage system on there. The more level the caravan is, the better everything will operate in there. Okay?
Yep.
So once you've got it level, left to right, front to back, it's at that point you can wind the forelegs down. Now it's a bit of a thing, people think they're jacks on there, they're not, the steadies, so they're more designed to stabilise the caravan rather than actually lifting it up in the air. I mean, if you've levelled it out with wood and you're a tiny little bit off level, then yeah, fair enough, wind this set of legs down first, you know, just to lift it up that tiny little bit, and then put the other legs down. But the legs on the caravan are certainly not designed to lift it up in the air as such. Okay?
Okay.
Happy with that? Lovely. So other than that, we'll move on to the features externally on the van. So the first thing we come across is your lovely stabiliser hitch. Now if you watch when this closes down, can you see it closing in?
No, I didn't notice.
So if you look at the silver bits there, see it comes out, and then when you push it down it closes in. Now what this stabiliser's doing is gripping onto your tow ball. So when you get your new tow vehicle, if it is brand new and it's got the lovely black paint on it, get a bit of sandpaper and take the shine off the paint. All it is if you get paint flakes in here, it will squeak and groan every time you go over a bump. So the cleaner your tow ball is... Not that he's on camera or nothing. I'll wait until he's gone and then I'll carry on. You
No
can
good
film him and name
whispering.
and shame him.
No good whispering.
So, yeah, stabiliser hitch. So what it does, it grips onto your tow ball to give you added stability. So as I say, take your new paint off and grease free. Cleaner the tow ball, the better the stabiliser will work for you. Okay?
Grease free.
Grease free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no grease whatsoever. What it is, it's got like nylon pads inside there. When you put it down, it grips onto the tow ball, where obviously if there's grease on it, the pads aren't going to work inside
Right,
there.
okay.
So nice, cleaner the tow ball, the better it works. Underneath, we've then got your main hitch, your breakaway cable, handbrake is, handbrake off, handbrake on. Simple as that. There's no buttons or anything to press. Obviously the jockey wheel, you can wind it up and down off the handle here, and then raise and lower the whole unit off the bar here.
Yeah.
Okay, happy with that? Yeah, perfect. And then we've got 13 pin for your lights and your electrics. And then ATC. So what the ATC is here, it's an automotive stability aid on the caravan. What it is the caravan's got motion sensors fitted to it. And how it works is it senses if you're getting a bit of a snake on, and what it does is automatically apply the brakes on the caravan to stabilise it for you. So it doesn't mean you can go down the road at 100 miles per hour. All it means is on them odd occasions you may get a big wagon come too close past you and it sucks you and gives you a bit of a wobble on. The caravan will control that for you by simply braking itself. Okay?
Yeah.
Now it's going to be quite hard to explain it without hooking it onto something, but I will talk you through. When you plug it in initially, you will always hear the motors kicking in, and what it is just testing the brake system and releasing it. The other thing it does inside here, there's a little LED light just inside there. And it always starts off as a red light, and then it goes to a green flashing or a green solid. Now, green solid light means you're good to go. Green flashing means it's still setting it itself. So what you can do is just pull it down the road a few metres, stop, go out and have a look, and you'll see it's gone to solid green. Okay. Now, I will talk about red lights for this ATC, but in the 2 years I've been here, I've never come across anyone that's ever had any problems. But we like to just give you the information just in case. So, if you're ever plugging it in and you've got a red light on here that's not clear and it's staying as a red light, first thing to try is unplug it from the car, leave it a few seconds, plug it back in again. If you've tried that a few times and it's not clear, the next thing you can try is uncouple it but leave it plugged in and just see if you can move the caravan. If you can rock the van, it means the brakes aren't locked on, it means you can tow, just means your ATC system isn't working. But on the other hand, if you uncouple it off the car, you can't move it anywhere, brakes are locked on, it's a definite no-tow. But as I say, please don't be alarmed by that. We'd just like to give you the information in case you're the one in a millionth person.
And what would you do in that circumstance?
Get on the phone to us and we'll come up with a solution for you. But as I say, I haven't come across anyone that's ever had it. It's just something they've put into the systems, but they are pretty bulletproof, so it's something that really you don't have to worry about. Okay?
Yep.
So, moving into the gas locker on the front. So, obviously got, this is just my demonstration bottle. Have you got a gas bottle in your motorhome that you want to swap over?
No, we've taken them out.
Have you got them at home though?
Yeah.
Yeah. What gas is it?
It's a 6 kilo one. Is that 6 kilo?
Yeah, 6 kilos.
Same.
The red
What
bottle,
about the
yeah.
refillable one though?
We've got a refillable one that we want you to, may attach to this. Is that possible to do that?
Is that the one with the clip on the top, like the BP ones, are they?
No.
No,
Is it normal threaded like that?
No,
Yeah,
it's a proper
attached like
refillable
that, yeah.
one. You can refill it,
Yeah.
refill it from the pump
Yeah.
into the side and feeds in. Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, so the ones that you attach the unit to.
Yes.
And then they're pumped. Yeah, you can do. All it is this is my bottle and pigtail. I will fit you a brand new pigtail in so you can attach it to your bottles.
Yeah.
So obviously that's why I need you to know that it's the same fitting as that.
Yeah, we've got that as well, but we do want to put the refillable one in as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
of course we carry that then as a spare, but use the refillable one generally.
Yeah, as you
That's
go.
what we do on the motor.
Yeah, perfect. Well, all it is, I will fit you one of these brand new pigtails in so your gas system is ready to go for you when you whenever we drop the van off for you. Okay. Then last couple of bits inside the front. You've got your motor mover bar as well as your wheel brace, your leg winder, and then you have got a little bit of piping for your waste system.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but what I would probably say with this, it's only a short section here. If you ever stay at, like I love to stay in that, or perhaps your site in Church Stretton, if they've got drainage on your pitch, you may want a longer section of this.
Yeah.
So you can get like a 2 metre section or so, and then at least you can just swap these over, whether you're using a Waste Master or your
Water
drainage.
Yeah.
Okay. So for gas, it's just on and off directly from the bottle. There's a shut-off valve just at the back there, but that's more for when the guys are safety checking your van. So for yourselves, just simply switch your gas on and off directly from the bottle.
Yep.
Okay. That's about as exciting as the front end gets, unless you got any questions.
No, that's fine.
No, happy with that? Perfect. So we'll move on down the side. So first thing we come across is your lovely Aldi vent. So this is the vent for your central heating system as well as your 10 litre hot water boiler. Have you had an Aldi system before?
No.
No?
Blown it.
Fantastic. What these Aldi ones is central heating inside the van, so you will never ever be cold in these vans. It's all singing, all dancing, put it that way. Only thing to watch with that is not to lean anything up against that section of the van, because obviously when it's on full tilt, a lot of heat is exchanged out the back of the van.
Right, okay.
Okay, so next one down. It's obviously my Akerol, but it is your water pipe that comes with it.
Right.
Okay, so all it is to remove your water pipe, gentle squeeze of the trigger, and ooh, wiggle her off. There we go. And then just on the end, there's a particle filter. Okay, so it's an onboard pump in this. So all you simply do is drop your pipe in your water and clip it on. Okay, so it's as simple as that.
Yep.
Now you may want to run mains water outside to save you filling up your Akerol. What we don't recommend here is the mains ones that you put directly to the van. You're better off putting the mains water to your Akerol, because if anything does go wrong, at least it's going to flood outside and it's not going to flood inside the van.
Right.
So what you can buy is like a stopcock that drops inside there. And obviously, as you use the water out of the Akerol, it opens up the ball cock and it refills your Akerol for you. So you can have a constant cycle of water.
And we'll be able to purchase that in?
Yeah, we've got them in the shop here, yeah. But as I say, I'll get the one that goes in the Akerol rather than the one that goes directly to the caravan.
Right, okay.
Okay, so, moving on down now, leisure battery.
Yeah, go on.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
We've got one, but we're going to pigtail it off to the one that we have off here. We're going to get a new one.
We had 2 new ones put on the motorhome when we bought it.
Yeah.
2 brand new ones, and of course you only need one to. So we've taken one off there.
Yeah.
And we were hoping to use it in here, but I don't think it's quite. What did you say
It's
it was?
100.
It's
100, yeah, you will be alright. We do say 110 really for the motor mover,
Yeah, that's
but
what-
100, yeah, you'll be fine. There will be plenty enough
We were
power in
thinking
them.
of having
Well
a
then.
new one anyway, and I was going to pigtail that one somewhere onto it, so we got double batteries on it.
Is that feasible?
It can do, it's the space inside the caravan, because
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
the battery's here, you see. The only time I've seen double ones, they normally end up having to put it somewhere else. So whether it's underneath one of the beds maybe, or maybe even squeezed in here in the cupboard internally, but it's not, although it's not an easy job as such, but I mean if you're electronically minded, then
We're just
quite
thinking
easy
like if we're on a site where you have no electric,
It all depends on what you're planning to do. You're right, as you're saying, if you're going to do sort of wild caravanning, as I call it, where you've got no electric, no hookup or anything, then yeah, you are better off having the 2 batteries, because obviously once you've flattened that as such, you lose all your 12 volts. So
It's not likely that will happen.
Does it charge very quickly with the engine running and stuff like that? Or?
not really. It will, but it's not. Because you imagine it's only just drawing some power off the alternator, so it's not major. I mean, don't forget you have got the solar panel on the roof, but that more just gently charges it up rather than sort of keeping it fully charged as such. But I mean, it's look at where you're going. Yeah, if you're thinking about going in the middle of the nowhere, then yeah, I'll think about it. But 80% of sites, you know, we've all got electric.
Yes.
It depends, you know what it's like. If you've paid £15 to go in a farmer's field, then you know you're not going to get electric. But if you've paid £25, then you know you're going to get some electric. So it's all.
Yeah.
I'll see how you get on with it to start with.
Yeah, I ain't just going to do it. Just like you say, we'll suck it.
But it's up to you if you want me to grab you a battery and I can get it fitted in today for you. It's up
We're
to
going to
you.
have a new battery on there.
I thought we needed one, but if we don't need one, we got that one. Oh, go on. Yes. Get a new
Yeah,
battery.
you don't need one as such, because I mean, if you've got your one at home, you can simply connect that to it. So it's up to you. It's totally up to you.
Yeah,
I'll let you think on it, and
yeah,
once we've
we'll put a
finished,
new one on probably.
I'll decide for you.
Oh, then to put a new one. If we're going
Yeah,
to have
put a
one.
new one on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have a new one.
perfect. Well, I'll do that and I'll fit it in so it'll be ready to go
Yes,
for you.
okay,
So,
lovely.
moving on, next down, we've then got your 240, your mains electrical hookup. As well in here is the isolator key for your motor mover. And then just at the bottom there, if you can see it, there's an external satellite feed. See it down the bottom there? So what that's for is if you've got a satellite feed on the site where you are, you can simply run a satellite cable from the post to here, and I'll show you where it comes out inside the van. All that is, it stops the good old days, remember putting the aerial cable through your window.
Yes.
It's set up for satellite at the minute, but you can get a little screw connector to go over the top so you can run off external TV. So if they've got a TV mast on site, you can run a TV cable into it. All you
Can
need
we
to
buy
do is...
those here as well?
Yeah, we've got them in the shop as well. So all it is you put the screw connector on here, same as the one inside, and obviously you've just converted it to an external TV aerial rather than
Yeah,
satellite.
that's probably what we'll have.
So that flap then has to stay open, obviously.
No, it closes up. There's a cutout here.
Okay.
We just leave it open now for demonstration, but obviously when you're on site, you'll open it up. All you do is you put your cable behind in the gap there, and you can lock this up.
Yeah, super. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yes, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So, keep coming on down. Oh, I definitely forgot to put a bucket in. So, normally I'd say where my bucket is your waste outlets. So these are obviously your 2 waste outlets. This is a grey waste for your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and obviously your shower.
Yep.
Now, the main thing is you'll be used to onboard tanks.
Yes.
I'll let the tractor come past. You're used to onboard tanks, but what it is with this, you can either have a waste master here, or if you've got drainage, obviously just run your pipes directly to a drain.
Yeah.
If you are using a waste master, your Akerol's 40 litres, your waste masters are normally 50. So what you'll find is if you run out of fresh water, it's normally time
It's
to
about
empty your
time
waste
to
at the same
empty
time.
that. Yeah.
But obviously, I mean, if you're on mains water supply, I'll probably try and put drainage in so you're on mains waste as well as
Yes,
such, so you don't have to be bothering with it outside.
Yep.
Okay. So, next one down, toilet. Now, have you had a flush tank before?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, perfect. So,
Well, we've had both, to be honest. But on the Bessacar, it takes its water from the main tank.
Yeah.
So it's not a separate flushing tank.
right. So, all it is on this, it's got its own separate flush tank. Do you want me to get the keys so I can open this up for you?
Yes, please.
Yeah. No, what?
So with that one, you will put pink in that tank because it's separate. You will. So you don't need to do it in the spray bottle.
I'll get the right key. Oh, there we go, perfect. So, all it is a separate tank for flushing your toilet. So rather than using your fresh water supply, you can put your own solution in here. So it's pink liquid in, and then just fill it up with water.
Yeah.
Now it will hold about 5 or 6 litres. But I'll just fill it up for the amount that you're using it. I know you're not touring to start with, so it doesn't really matter, I'll just fill it up. All it is if you filled it up and hardly used it and get on the road, there is a chance it may slosh out internally.
How big is it, the tank, did you say?
About 5-6 litres they are.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it's just pink liquid in. You will need like a hose pipe or a watering can or something. But I mean, just literally fill it up until you see it up to the top up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Then below, big key. So then below, obviously cassette. You'll be used to this.
Well, he will.
Now it's trolley dolly, so there's no excuse why the ladies can't empty it now.
There's every excuse.
The main thing is with your cassette, I bet you're probably used to putting glue liquid in here.
Yes.
Yeah. On the modern sites like I Love to Stay Up There, if you use green liquid in here rather than blue,
Yeah.
you can literally empty it on the pitch where you stand. So on our site up there, we've got a front drain is for your grey waste, the rear drain is for your toilet. So all you simply do is pull it out, step over here, lift the grid up and empty it directly on your pitch.
Okay.
So now a lot of the new modern sites are going down that route. So
Right,
it may be
okay.
an idea to get a small bottle of green,
Yes.
and then you've got it, because I would rather take it out and empty it there than I would
Than have to go
walk
and trek,
half
yeah.
a mile looking for the Elson point to empty it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a little tip. But other than that, you're happy with the use, you can say?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. Now, what you won't be used to is draining this tank off. Obviously, winter time, same as you did for your motorhomes, you need to get all the solution out. To drain this down is so simple, just a lovely little black hose there.
Oh,
So all you simply do is pull that rubber bung out and it will drain the contents of the tank down, and then all you need to do is go inside and just flush your toilet until the last of the solution's out for you.
right.
Now, as I say, for touring, what I tend to do is if I fill mine up and not used it before I get on the road, I'll just drain it off into a plastic bottle, chuck the bottle in my gas lock, and then next time I go away, I've got the solution ready just
All
to
ready
tip it
to
back
put
in
back
rather
in,
than
yeah.
wasting it.
Yeah.
Okay, happy with that?
Yeah.
Lovely. Back in she goes. So, we'll come round the back. Not much too exciting on the back. Obviously, your two rear legs are both on the back end for you. Now, all the new or newish vans all come with the templates for a bike rack. So, if you did want to add a bike rack, it's cheaper to get one put on here than it is to get these and the bike rack added. Yeah. Okay. And these are beautiful LED lights, as I've already explained. So, fingers crossed when you get your new car, we won't have any issues and she'll run perfect. But as I say, don't worry because we'll soon sort it
Sort
out.
that. Okay, lovely.
So, first locker we come across is obviously your underbed locker. Fantastic spaces these are, but just watch what you're putting in here for travelling. Keep it light for travelling, so some bedding maybe some light chairs. But if you put things like your awning in here, you will find it affecting the way the caravan tows down the road. So lighter the better for travelling, but obviously when you get to site you can fill it full with whatever you want, but if you're travelling, keep it to a minimum inside these lockers.
So you put your awning in your car, presumably?
No, well you can put your awning in the van, but always put it across the axle, so always
Right.
put it in the centre of the caravan. Obviously anything heavy, you certainly don't want it overhanging or at the front of the caravan.
Okay.
Okay, so door, beautifully just magnetised, so there's no catches for little kids or drunken people to break, it just simply magnetises onto the back of the door. Then, fridge vents. Again, not much too exciting to say about them. I've got it running on gas currently, so a lot more heat comes out of this side because it's just where the gas burners are. Other than that, heat's exchanged out the back. It's no different than my fridges at home. All it is, you don't walk around the back of your fridge, so you don't realise quite how much heat's taking out.
Okay.
Then, last few bits. External 240. Got mains power outside. In your second front locker. Only thing I want to show you in here is your lovely alarm box. So, with the alarm system that's fitted in here, it's got a motion sensor as well as a tilt sensor. So if anyone lifts your van up in the air, it'll trigger the alarm. And also, if anyone moves inside, it'll trigger the alarm system for you. Now, it's got its own battery supply in there. When it's fully charged, it'll last 3 months standalone. So even if you take your leisure battery away, you've got 3 months worth of
Right.
alarm. But obviously, with the leisure battery and the solar panel, it's sort of indefinite as such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then, external gas barbecue point. Well, to say you'd be used to. Did you have one on your motorhome?
Yeah, there was one on there. We never
Yeah.
used it.
Yeah.
We don't.
No, some people do and some people don't. And then the last thing before we go inside is your wheels and tyres. Now, Swift make it really easy and put all the details on the door here for us. So it's 65 psi per tyre, but it's 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts. Now, for your wheel nuts, that's the torque setting. They've been torqued in the PDI. I will torque them again for you today, but from today onwards, it's down to yourselves. So I know we're dropping it off for you, but if you do ever want to move it off there and go somewhere else, just either use your tyre iron or a torque wrench and just make sure your wheel nuts are nice and tight before you get on the road. Okay?
Okay.
So, keys, while I'm here, so complicated. One set, spare set. Okay? There's a big key and a little key. Now I thought it was, little key does all the lockers and big key does it, but as we've already seen, your flush tank's on the big key, so I won't lie to you,
Yeah.
there's 2 sets of keys that do some of the doors and cupboards.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Then you've got 2 alarm fobs. Top ones on the alarm fobs are your torches. Second one down activates and deactivates your alarm. So, 1 beep on, when you see the marker lights and everything going, 2 beeps off.
Yeah.
Okay, simple as that. Same on the other one, I'll show you again. 1 beep on, and 2 beeps off.
Right.
Okay. Now, third one down, does your lovely awning light. So if you go out in an evening, you can turn it off before you go, and then when you get back and you've had a couple too many, you can't remember where you live, just keep pressing it and you'll see the one which comes on. Okay. That's about it for the outside, unless you've got any other questions.
How does the awning fit on that?
Literally just slides in through the rail. So you've got, whereas the old style ones, it comes out, it goes in now. So there is various cutouts as you go on the way round, where you insert it into your rail.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Lovely.
What about the motor mover? Do you show us that later?
I'll do the motor mover afterwards for you. So I don't know who wants to be first across the threshold. It's normally the lady.
Oh, carpets, take your shoes off.
I cheat and got overshoes.
Okay, right.
Do you want some overshoes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Please.
Yeah.
With the dog on that one.
Eh?
And I think we'll have to figure an extra bed for the dog.
There'll be plenty.
Thank you. Gentlemen.
Thanks. Ta.
So most of the things should seem quite similar in here.
Yeah. Cute.
Right, the first place I want to start is just underneath that bench seat behind you there. So, just lift this up. So, in the very, very top corner over there, there's your Aldi system. So that's your 10 litre hot water boiler, as well as your central heating system. Now, there's nothing to switch on and off. I'm just literally showing you where the unit is. So that's the unit in the far.
Okay.
Then coming down this side, the little yellow tap was sitting flat. You'll be used to that. That's your drainage tap for your water system.
Oh,
Can you see it?
something I've zoomed in too much. Oh. What have I done?
That's it. Keep going back. There you go.
Okay.
And the yellow tap's just down the side here.
Yeah, I know.
See it?
You've seen
Yeah.
it.
So obviously to drain your system down, all you do is just lift that up in the air. That'll drain all the contents of your boiler down. And then if you leave your taps open in the central position, it will also drain all the water out your pipes as well. Okay. Now what I tend to do is I'll drain mine down after each breakaway. Main reason being, if I'm not using it again for 2 months, do I really want to be using that water that's been sat in there for 2 months? So I tend to drain mine off after every breakaway. Yeah, and then all you need to do to refill it is obviously drop the tap down how I've got it now, connect your water system, and pulling the water through your taps is what's priming up and filling up your system.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we've obviously got your lovely consumer unit here. So, end one, system shut down. What that does is isolate all your 12 volt system. So if you're leaving it anywhere for any period of time, knock that off. But what I'd recommend, obviously because you've got the solar panel on it, if you're storing it outside, just leave it on. Because then the solar panel can do its job and just charge everything up for you, or keep everything charged up.
So you don't actually need to leave it plugged in to the mains then?
No, you can do. I mean, it's a trickle charge more than anything off the solar panel. Where obviously mains power in runs your battery charger, which is a lot more power to it.
Okay.
But as long as it can get some light, it will keep your battery topped up for you. So
Okay.
next time you go away, well, imagine once you plug into the mains, even if the battery is running slightly low, it will have enough power and it will recharge it back up for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, then we've got reverse polarity. Are you planning on going abroad?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know about that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
fantastic. Then obviously we've got your battery charger and your heating and hot water. Now we'll just leave them two on constantly because they're only live when you're plugged into the mains. So obviously when you're plugged into mains, A, you want your battery charger going, and B, you want your heating and hot water on mains. Okay. Then obviously 12 volt fuses, 240 breakers. Okay, put on the inside of the door, 12 volt fuses, 240 breakers.
Oh, it tells you.
But the easiest thing with these new ones with the 12 volt fuses, if the fuse is blown, it lights up red to it next to it. So no real need to look at that diagram. All you need to do is open it up. You see the green LED light that's there? You'll have a similar red one lights up next to the one that's blown. Okay. And then the blue box just on the last bit here is the computer for your motor mover.
Oh, right.
Okay. Now, as you say, I doubt you get another battery in there, but what they may do is put it there, sort of thing, if you get what I mean, and it'll have like its own plastic sealed unit in.
Yeah.
That's the main way I've seen them done. But I mean, I'd watch what you're storing in here as well, because obviously all the electrics and things, they do need a little bit of air to keep cool. So I certainly wouldn't shove stuff in here. Small bits maybe in here, but I wouldn't sort of cram it full with bedding or anything like that.
Understand, yeah.
Okay. So, we'll get the control panel above the door out the way next. Now, I'll go as fast as I can, but your arm will probably be dropping off by the time I've come down to it. So, Have you seen this style control panel before?
No.
No. So, easiest one, power on and off, is just the one on the end here. So, power off. Now, as you see, have you seen the light stayed on? If you ever switch your panel off and there's a light on, turn your panel back on, find where the light is, turn it off, and then turn your panel off. Don't ask me why, it won't do that every time, but every now and then it does leave a light on. I know for a fact now it's the entry light, so if I turn it back on, it's the one by the door there.
Yeah, I'll drain the battery.
Yeah. So, other than that, when you turn it back on, obviously the screen will light up and everything for you. What it's telling me on the screen, the little L at the top's letting us know we're running on the leisure battery. The lightning strike letting us know we're running on mains electric, and obviously the time in the top corner, and then it's just showing me the charge of the leisure battery. Okay, happy with that? Then, moving down onto this side, top one is your awning light, so that's your external light. Now you can turn it on or off here, or on and off on the key. So don't ask me why, but there's 3 switches for the one light. Then, next one down is your dimmable lights. Now it's the ones above the cupboard here, and obviously the ones above your bed as well. Every time you switch that on, it'll always come up with dimmer level on the screen here. Now to adjust the dimmer level is just the one in the middle there, the select arrow as I call it. So, I can turn it up as high as 100. But obviously when you're having your first night with a bottle of bubbly, you can also have it as low as 5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Just turn it back up. Then, third one down, does all the rest of the lights inside the caravan. But what it is, you have to have the lights switched on at the switch. So, for example, you see the ones that haven't come back on here, that's because they're just off at the switch now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, fourth one down is your water pump. Okay, as you hear now, your pump's not running because I've already primed up your system. Obviously, the only times your pump will run now is A, if you run out of water, or B, if you're asking for water.
Right.
Okay.
And does that cause a problem if it's empty? Does it, suck air into it?
It will, but all you need to do, if it run out, you'll hear the pump running. All you need to do is just switch your pump off, refill your Akerol, come back in, turn it back on, and simply pull the water through your tap again. Yeah. It's you pulling the water through the taps gets the air out the system.
Yeah. Okay.
So obviously, when the tap splutters, that's the air coming out then. But once you've got constant flowing water, your system's primed up, ready to go. Okay. Now that's the basics. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. So
it's on there. That's what we're happy with.
I like that. So then you've got the up and down arrows here, scrolls through the menus, and as I say, the one in the middle lets you select it. So push down one, comes up with heater settings. Press select, and it opens up that menu. Now all you can do on here is change it from manual controls, which means we're in control of the heating, to app.
Right, okay.
And what this is if you want to use your phone to control the heating, only the heating, you need to tell this that you're going to use the app.
Yeah.
Okay? But for now, I'll leave it on manual because I want to show you the unit first by hand, and then I'll show you the phone afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you push down, it comes up with exit settings, press select, it lets me take it back off. Then, so heater settings we've done. Next one down, system settings again, press select, it'll open it up. First one is just setting the time and date, so you've got the hours, minutes, day, date. Then key beep, if you want it not to beep every time you press a button. Backlight is how long this screen stays lit for. And LED is the amount of times the little blue lights stay lit for. Okay, if it does blacken out, all you need to do is wave your hand across the front of it and it'll wake the screen back up for you.
Okay.
Then, tank alarms. Now, if you ever disconnect all your batteries and everything, this may come back on. If it is bleeping at you, all you need to do is come in here and just turn that back off. All it is these systems are used in all of their ranges, so they're used in the motorhomes that have got tanks. Obviously you haven't, so if it's bleeping at you telling you it's got a tank, it's lying, all you need to do is come in there and just switch tank alarms back off. Okay. Then Bluetooth pair, so this is where we'll hook your phone up, and then if you do ever want to change the device, you can delete your connection and put a fresh one on. Okay. Then exit settings. So we've done heater, we've done systems, then we've got Sargent E620, that's just letting me know what control panel you've got. Leisure charging, obviously showing the charger leisure. Vehicle battery, if we were plugged into a car, it will show you the power in the car. Solar panel, so it's just letting me know it's doing absolutely nothing at the minute. But you can just check in there and see how much power it's putting back into your battery for you. Then battery select, so this is where you can change over from leisure battery to vehicle battery, but obviously with your solar panel and everything, there should never ever be a need to run off the car. Okay, but unless you're wild caravanning and you've run out of power here, obviously you can run off the 12 volt off the car. Then AC limit. Now I know you've talked about going abroad. What you can find, some foreign sites are only 6 amp power. So what you can do is set a 6 amp. Oh, too heavy-handed. You can set a 6 amp limit inside the van. Now what this does mainly, say if you flick a kettle on and it senses you want a load of power, it'll shut your heating system off while that kettle's boiling. When the kettle's finished boiling, it'll unresort its normal order.
Okay.
Okay? It's not foolproof.